check, mic check, mic check. Hello, mic check.
Hello, check, check. Hello, mic check, mic check, check. Hello, check. Hello, check, check. Hello, mic check. Hello, check, check. Mic check. Hello, check. Hello, check. Check. Mic check. Hello, check. Check. Hello, check, check. Mic check. Hello, check. Check, check. Hello, check. Hello, check. Hello, mic check.
Check.
Hello, check. Mic check 1 2 3. Hello, check. Check. Hello, check. Check. Hello, check.
Stand up.
Hello, check. Check. Mic check. Hello, check. Check.
ಚೆಕ್. ಆಗಮಿಸಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅತಿಥಿ ಗಣ್ಯರನ್ನು, ಹಿರಿಯರನ್ನು, ವಿವಿಧ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಗಳನ್ನು ಈ ಇಂಟೆಲೆಕ್ಚುವಲ್ ಮೀಟಿಗೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಕನ್ನಡ ಹಾಗೂ ಉಡುಪಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಪೆಟ್ರೋಲಿಯಂ ಡೀಲರ್ಸ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ಚಾರ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ಅಕೌಂಟೆನ್ಸಿ ಇದರ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸೇರಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬೆಲ್ಲಾಸ್ ಸೀಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪ್ರೈವೇಟ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆ ಇದೆ. ಪ್ಲಾಟ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಫ್ ವುಮೆನ್ ಆಂಟ್ರಪ್ರನರ್ಸ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ಡ್ ಉಡುಪಿ ಪವರ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಉಡುಪಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಇಕನಾಮಿಕ್ ಸೆಲ್ ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಕನ್ನಡ ಇವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ತಾ, a warm welcome to one and all. It's a pleasure to invite each and everyone for the intellectual meet that is organized. On behalf of the organizing team and all the invitees, I invite Honorable Minister of Finance and Corporate Affairs, Government of India, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji. On behalf of all the gathering, a warm welcome to you, madam. I also welcome Kulyadi Suresh Naik, BJP President, onto the dais. May I request Sri Uday Kumar Shetty, warm welcome. I also request Sri Raghupati Bhatt, former MLA. I request Sri Pandurang Lagaonkar. I request Sri Kiran Kodgi, Member of Legislative Assembly, Kundapur, kindly join us. We invite the organizer of this event, Sri Mahesh Thakurji, on the dais. I also recognize the presence of Matta Ratnakar Hegde, former district president. A warm welcome. ಬಂದಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅತಿಥಿ ಗಣ್ಯರನ್ನು ಇನ್ನೊಮ್ಮೆ ಸ್ವಾಗತಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ತಾ, ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆಗಾಗಿ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ಭಾರತಿ ಚಂದ್ರಶೇಖರ್ ಅವರನ್ನು ಆಹ್ವಾನಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ.
ವಂದೇ ಮಾತರಂ, ವಂದೇ ಮಾತರಂ, ಸುಜಲಾಂ ಸುಫಲಾಂ ಮಲಯಜ ಶೀತಲಾಂ ಸಸ್ಯಶ್ಯಾಮಲಾಂ ಮಾತರಂ, ವಂದೇ ಮಾತರಂ, ವಂದೇ ಮಾತರಂ. बोलो भारत माता की जय.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. Thank you. May I request all the volunteers to kindly leave the seats for the intellectuals who have come here. So we have a lot of guests. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅತಿಥಿ ಗಣ್ಯರಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರು ಜಾಗವನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ವಿನಂತಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. May I request Kulyadi Suresh Naik to welcome the dignitaries and distinguished guests who are present here.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ಪ್ರಬುದ್ಧರ ಗೋಷ್ಠಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೇಂದ್ರದ ವಿತ್ತ ಸಚಿವರಾದ ನಿರ್ಮಲಾ ಸೀತಾರಾಮನ್ ಅವರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೋರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗೆ ಮಂಗಳೂರು ವಿಭಾಗ ಪ್ರಭಾರಿಯವರು ಉದಯ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಶೆಟ್ಟಿ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ನಾನು ಪ್ರೀತಿಪೂರ್ವಕವಾಗಿ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗೆ ಕುಂದಾಪುರದ ಶಾಸಕರಾದ ಕಿರಣ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಕೊಡ್ಗೆ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಪ್ರೀತಿಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಉಡುಪಿಯ ನಿಕಟಪೂರ್ವ ಶಾಸಕರಾದ ರಘುಪತಿ ಭಟ್ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಪ್ರೀತಿಪೂರ್ವಕ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ನಗರ ಮಂಡಲದ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ ಮಹೇಶ್ ಠಾಕೂರ್ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಉಡುಪಿ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ನಿಕಟಪೂರ್ವ ಜಿಲ್ಲಾಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರಾದ ಮಟ್ಟ ರತ್ನಾಕರ ಕಡೆಯವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ಪ್ರಬುದ್ಧರ ಪ್ರಕೋಷ್ಠದ ಸಂಚಾಲಕರಾದ ಪಾಂಡುರಂಗ ಅವರಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಈ ಗೋಷ್ಠಿಗೆ ಬಂದಂಥ ಉಡುಪಿ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಸಂಘ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು, ಪದಾಧಿಕಾರಿಗಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅವರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಪತ್ರಿಕಾ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮದವರನ್ನು ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಪಕ್ಷದ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರೆಲ್ಲರನ್ನ ಸ್ವಾಗತ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ, ಕಳೆದ 9 ವರ್ಷಗಳಿಂದ ಸನ್ಮಾನ್ಯ ನರೇಂದ್ರ ಮೋದಿ ಅವರ ನೇತೃತ್ವದ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜನತಾ ಪಾರ್ಟಿ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಕೇಂದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ, ಬಹುಶಃ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ನಾಗರಿಕನಿಗೂ ನಾನೊಬ್ಬ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಅನ್ನುವ ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯನ್ನು ತರಿಸುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾರತ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಭಾರತೀಯರು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಹೆಮ್ಮೆಯನ್ನು ಇಡೀ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ತಲೆ ಎತ್ತಿ ನಿಲ್ಲುವಂಥ ಭಾರತೀಯರು ಹೇಳುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಗೌರವ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಅಂಥ ಈ 9 ವರ್ಷದ ಸಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು, ಕೇಂದ್ರ ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಯೋಜನೆಗಳನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಇಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಮತ್ತು ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮೊಂದಿಗೆ ಕೇಂದ್ರದ ವಿತ್ತ ಸಚಿವರು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಅವರ ಭಾಷಣವನ್ನು ಕೇಳಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಾದರೂ ಸಣ್ಣ ಪುಟ್ಟ ನಮಗೆ ಸಂಶಯಗಳಿದ್ದರೆ ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗಳಿದ್ದರೆ ಚುಟುಕಾಗಿ ಕೇಳುವ ಮುಖೇನ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಯಶಸ್ವಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ, ಬಂದಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಮತ್ತೊಮ್ಮೆ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಾಗತವನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ.
Thank you. We extend a warm welcome to this organizers program, Kolyadi Suresh Naik, BJP President. A warm welcome you to sir. What an excellent program. 9 years of excellency. I invite each and everyone to this intellectual meet. We have with us Honorable Finance and Corporate Affairs Minister, Government of India, an Indian economist, and helping politician, former defined defense ministry, the first defense minister from the female ministry to hold each portfolio, so which is proud moment for us, a former Ministry of Commerce and Industry. To her crown, Miss Nirmala Sitharaman was focused in Forbes 2022 and list of the world's most popular women of this world. A big congratulations, madam, from our side. We have with us renowned, distinguished, a woman, 17 years full-time politician who has done her service to the mankind, who has successfully submitted 5 union budgets of India, $3.1 trillion dollars economy to this famous word famous. Madam, we request you to light the lamp, and I request all the dignitaries who are present here, ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅತಿಥಿ ಗಣ್ಯರನ್ನು ಈ ದೀಪವನ್ನು ಬೆಳಗಿಸುವ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾಗವಹಿಸಬೇಕು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳಗಿರುವಂಥ ದೀಪ ಇಡೀ ಭಾರತಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಕಾಶಮಾನವಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಜ್ವಲಿಸಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಯಶಸ್ಸು ಈ ರೀತಿ ಮುಂದುವರಲಿ ಎನ್ನುವ ಆಶಯದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ನಿರ್ವಹಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ನಿರ್ಮಲಾ ಸೀತಾರಾಮನ್ ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಧನ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. Thank you, madam. It's a small felicitation from our side. May I request all the dignitaries on the dais to felicitate Madam Ms. Nirmala Sitharaman ji with the Honorable Finance and Corporate Affairs Minister of India, and receive our felicitation. I request Kolyadi Suresh Naik to felicitate, and I also request Sri Mahesh Thakur to join the felicitation ceremony. ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದ ಸಂಯೋಜಕರು ಶ್ರೀ ಮಹೇಶ್ ಠಾಕೂರ್, ಹಾಗೆ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸುಸ್ಥಿತವಾಗಿ ಆಯೋಜಿಸಿರುವಂಥ ಕೊಲ್ಯಾಡಿ ಸುರೇಶ್ ನಾಯ್ಕ್ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು BJP ಉಡುಪಿ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ, ಇವರು ಶ್ರೀಮತಿ ನಿರ್ಮಲಾ ಸೀತಾರಾಮನ್ ಅವರನ್ನು ಗೌರವಿಸಿ ಅಭಿನಂದಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. So it may be a dream what we think for the 9 years of excellency. N number of successful stories and moving towards 10th year. India developed, India under development or India towards development, women-led development country, Man Ki Baat. So I have listed more than 52 programs that has been done to the successful years. Make in India, Digital India, Skill India, Smart Cities, Unearthed Black Money, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, Swadeshi, and it is a long list. May I request our guest for the day, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, to deliver the intellectual meet talk. Madam, it is for you.
Namaskara, or let me take this opportunity to mention thank you. A word of thank you for all the organizers and the dignitaries of the BJP for having given me this opportunity to speak on 9 years of Seva, and during the 9 years, the kind of steps taken by this government, by Prime Minister Modi, in bettering our lives and also bringing a hope for this country at a very critical time. So I thank BJP District President Suresh Naik ji, Vibhag Prabhari of BJP Uday Kumar Shetty ji, also the MLA Kiran Kumar Kodigi ji, Raghupati Bhatt ji, with whom I have had the opportunity to work, our former MLA from Udupi, Shri Mahesh Thakkar ji, Ratnakar Shetty ji, ex-district president, and Panduranga Sahanaik, thank you very much for correcting me, and the all intellectual cell members for giving me this opportunity. In one line, if I have to start by saying, if the 9 years has seen something distinctly, it has seen Seva, because that got highlighted during the COVID pandemic. How the party and party's workers, the Karyakartas, did not for 1 minute hesitate saying, oh, I don't have a proper PPE kit. At that time, none of us knew how to protect ourselves. Do I have sufficient N95 masks? They just went with medicines or some food, door to door. And for those who were affected by it, made sure that they stood outside, called them saying, I've left the things at your doorstep, please take it. And called them on the phone to say, do you want particular medicines? Do you want any help? And I also know of people in this party, in our party, who went to the crematorium where their own relatives were not allowed to come because probably the patient died of COVID and therefore nobody can go near. I know of people who have, without worry, in the name of Seva Hi, Sangathan, Hamare Sangathan focuses on Seva, went and helped in cremating unknown people. Unknown people whose children were caught up in some other country. They couldn't come. They couldn't see for the last time, they couldn't see the faces of their parents. Many of them lost their sisters, brothers, mother, in-laws. For such people also BJP workers were available to have the cremation done. So Seva has dominated BJP in the last 9 years, and pandemic actually showed that the Karyakarta does not hesitate. He works for the party and for the community. So that was the topmost which I would say for the 9 years of Seva. The second point is of course inclusion. Get the poor to have credit facility. Get the poor to have medical facility. Ayushman Bharat. 5 lakhs you can get treatment for within a year. You don't need to pay anything in cash, nor do you need to have any paperwork done. So any poor family under Ayushman Bharat could get coverage for medical. Any poor family also was given a bank account. Any poor family also could now access. In fact, more and more improvement has happened. Can go to the bank and get a loan, or else, if you are identified by the local body and you have only a push cart with which you sell vegetables, you are covered under PM Swanidhi. You get 10,000 rupees without a collateral. You get 10,000 rupees for doing your business on without having to pay huge interest, because middlemen can charge you that kind of a rate. The bank gives without collateral. So street vendors, hawkers, street corners where women are sitting and tying flowers and selling it, for all of them, without security or collateral, today they are able to get loans. So inclusion, people who talk about, garibi hatao, for 50, 60 years, hatate rahenge. If poverty continues, we'll have to do it as long as it takes to remove everybody from poverty and give them some kind of a decent living. But सचमुच में last person तक जा करके you take house, PM Awas Yojana. You can't buy gas cylinder, we give you at a discounted rate, meaning we won't charge you for the first connection, you get the cylinder free. And for even today, when the prices of natural gas went up, 200 rupees directly into your account as a subsidy for going and buying cylinder. Otherwise you were cooking with firewoods, and you know that story. Water connection to every house. So गरीबी का हर एक कारण जो होता है, where people feel now I can't have basic amenities in my house, I don't have a toilet, nor do I have water to drink, I'll have to go walking 5 kilometers and then bring it on my head with water, carry in pots. Addressing each one of those which actually causes or aggravates poverty from the point of view of empowering people. Now, if I give you access to a good road, give you access to a proper house, give you drinking water, you live a decent, healthy, basic life, give you finance through banks for running your small business, does it not empower people? And therefore, after getting that empowerment, because basically you also can have some facility by going to the hospital in case you fall sick, Ayushman Bharat, and making available medicines through the generic drug stores. I was seeing on my way now, there was a shop on my way, Jan Aushadhi Kendra, where I'm just not talking out of somebody telling me things. I have checked up on the medicines people in my family use, if it is bought branded and if it is bought from generic medical shops, the Jan Aushadhi Kendra. What you spend at 800 rupees today is available at 100 rupees. The same number of tablets, same strips, same everything, the brand is not available there. Only the absence of brand. And there are some ridiculous, I'm not able to calculate, because that whole strip is available now for 1 rupee, for which you were paying 110 rupees. Unbelievable discounts, meaning unbelievable cutting down on prices. So if a poor is given access to medicine at an affordable, absolutely affordable rate, he gets his treatment in the hospital, gets his electricity to his house, cooking gas, house itself, toilet, proper road, poor is getting those access through which his life can be better, and therefore he can decide what he and his children or his wife will have to do. If this is not empowering the poor, what is? So inclusion, keeping the honor intact of the poor person, not from the point of view of entitlement. So that is the second feature, I would say. And the third feature, if you actually look at it, a good governance, no corruption whatsoever, efficient use of money, stopping pilferage. So you have that money available for spending on something else. So if these are the broad three features, on each item I can go about talking. But today in this area, coastal Karnataka, particularly Udupi Mangalore belt, I would like to focus on three things only of the several things which have happened. I have not touched upon the foreign affairs. Even now as I speak, Honorable Prime Minister is being awarded the highest civilian award in France. And these are not times when people are willing to recognize one another. Global challenges exist. And the global challenges of such nature exist that countries are seeing in which group do I belong. That group is now, God knows what is going to happen. This group is now, fully involving me in debt kind of a situation. So multipolarity. Every country is wondering where do they belong. Global South. The expression Global South denotes those countries which have been denied that kind of a global access to resources. Largely underdeveloped. Largely somewhat south of equator, but also just north of equator, but earlier under imperial rule. So colonies which have come out on their own, trying to improve, even they are all wondering what is going to happen to them. So no, there is nothing which is supportive from their ex-imperial rulers. So in this kind of a situation, in 21st century, where 20th century global institutions, whether they are World Bank or UN, UNSC, or whether they are institutions like IMF, all of them need to be reformed to take care of 21st century problems. They are not able to adapt to changing times and be ready and quick so that they can give solutions for modern day problems, today's problems. So there are so many such things. But even in that kind of a challenging situation that we are living in today, you find the Honorable Prime Minister being received by so many countries. In those countries, their own media might say, no, India is suffering from this, India is doing this, there's no human rights. There are some odd media people who write it. But as a nation, they recognize the contribution being made by Honorable Prime Minister to India and to the globe. So there are several such issues that I can start in the name of the 9 years. But I want to get into details of three things. One is the efforts that we have made for improving MSMEs. I want to specify here, and I find the media, particularly from coastal Karnataka, the media has been very actively covering about the economy. I get to seeing their writers. So I take this opportunity to inform them as well as to what has been done by our government in the MSME area. The second thing I want to highlight is measures on taxation. The elite of this area know what taxation benefits can do and what are the various steps that this government has taken. You probably know all, but I'm going to highlight some of them. And the third, I know in this gathering there are a lot of chartered accountants as well. What have we done about chartered accountancy as a profession? What are the steps we have taken to assist that profession so that it can be a lot more vibrant, globally acceptable, and share their experience in facilitating the economy. So quickly, although there are three vital areas in which there is so much for me to say, I will highlight some of the steps taken. First of all, because we are doing step by step a lot of things, the ease of doing ranking in India, in 2014 we were at 142, today we have come, by 2019 we've come to 63rd rank, and now even further we are continuing to improve on ease of doing. How? We've removed 1,500 archaic laws completely from the realm, and 39,000 compliances have also been removed. So even if that one compliance doesn't relate to you, I have only 30,000 to worry about, 9,000 is of no use. If it exists on paper, you don't know who's going to misuse it. Can come and say, you know, you 30,000 you're doing, but 30,000 one you're not doing. That can become an instrument of corruption. So we've removed 39,000. It's not even in the paper. No fellow can tell you now, hey, are you complying with this? You can easily say that's been removed, please go away. So compliance burden has been removed. Companies Act, elements which were really troubling people in the name of, this section pertains to criminalizing, meaning it comes under criminal sections of punishment. So if you didn't obey with it, you will be treated like a criminal. So that entire angles where each of these elements were, if you didn't do proper, you will be treated like a criminal, have all been removed. Decriminalization of the Companies Act has happened. So that will help most of the industry, particularly the MSME. Now in the 9 years, the specific steps which have helped MSMEs. During COVID, the emergency credit line guarantee scheme, liquidity scheme which was given, ECGLS, Z, which is zero defect and zero effect, which is a scheme so that your efficiency producing better goods and defect-free goods are improved, and also that you don't produce goods which will have an impact on the climate. So no effect, no negative effect on the climate area. So zero defect, zero effect scheme. Racing and accelerating MSME performance, which is the RAMP scheme, have all been brought to benefit the MSME. Over 1.97 crore enterprises have registered in the Udyam portal, which is a very efficient portal. I'll elaborate a bit more on it. In 2022, Honorable Prime Minister launched 6,000 crores for racing and accelerating MSME performance scheme, and he also launched a capacity building for the first time MSME exporters. So from MSMEs, whoever were exporting, this capacity building was brought in so that they know how to go about the process. They are producing something very good. There are chances to export. But what else will have to be given to them? That capability was being given as a training. So this RAMP scheme together with this capacity building have brought in a very big difference for these MSME. Then 7 IP facilitation centers were set up, and the 6,000 crore which was allotted was also being used, the initiative, for promoting innovation and culture of efficiency among MSMEs. So how would it be? There will be intellectual property facilitation centers. Already 7 such IP facilitation centers have been established, and 126 patents were granted. So for an MSME, instead of spending huge amounts and going somewhere else, patents granting is being facilitated. 1,387 trademarks were also reimbursed under the IPR component within the first 9 months of setting this up. Okay, now all this is fine. We are producing a lot of things. Who's going to buy it? the public procurement policy for micro and small industries is a very important step. 33% of all the total procurement which is happening by public sector, that is 158 public sector enterprises that exist, the public sector enterprises, the PSCs as we call them. 158 of them are there. And the 158 of them have procured 33% of their total procurement from MSMEs. 33%, which is the highest ever which has been procured. You must have heard of the TREADS platform. MSMEs produce a thing, sell it all also, but the payment doesn't come in time. That payment, if you were to be on the MSME TREADS platform, you can get discounted immediately. The company can pay a bit later, but your liquidity will not be affected. It won't get locked in. So this TREADS platform has helped MSMEs to make sure that even if the payment is pending, they will have cash in their hand. There is also another thing which we have brought in called Procurement and Marketing Support, PMS scheme. 5,100 MSMEs across the country, including 205 scheduled caste and scheduled tribe MSMEs being run by them, have been assisted by providing subsidies so that they can go establish trade fairs, they can participate, and they can also make sure they participate in exhibitions so that their products can be sold off easily. So this promotion, procurement and marketing scheme has helped a lot of MSMEs to find newer buyers, and that is directly helping them. The next point is a very important point. I draw all your attention. There is a Vivad Se Vishwas 1 scheme. And this is a huge relief for MSMEs. How? 95% of all the amount which are related to performance security. When you go and bid for a job, you'll have to provide performance security there. And then the job, whether the tender is offered or not, and even if because of either the performance qualification or anything, you did not get and you failed because of the conditions, the amount forfeited by the MSME, 95% is being given back by the government because we don't want to retain that money of MSMEs. You're trying, you want to better improve your performance. So in this budget, I remember announcing that performance guarantee money paid by MSMEs who, because of some reason, couldn't achieve the bid, will be paid back. 95% is being paid back. Also, to enhance the growth of MSME, we've also redefined MSMEs. So the micro units, for instance, are no more at 2 crore, they've gone to 3 crore level. So the ONDC network, Open Network for Digital Commerce, in this, with the public funds, the network has been established. It means that if you're on it, there's a larger audience which is looking at this open network. You're not paying for the digital network itself. You don't need to set it up. It is a platform which is available for large buyers and sellers. If you're in it, you're able to reach better market. That is appreciated all over the world, that India has set up, using public money, such a platform. In other words, it's like the Amazons of the world. We've created a free Amazon for you. You get in, buyers come, sellers come. That's a big. Now, I'm given to understand that Google and Amazon also want to participate in it. That's the capacity of the ONDC that we've created, in which MSME can directly get on and search for the markets. There's also this Small Industry Development Bank of India, which funds small micro units directly credit, which is available in a cost-effective manner. Normally, SIDBI-like institutions underwrite banks, give money to the banks saying you lend further. Now, banks do somewhat and then they give the money further to NBFCs, and NBFCs further reach out to the MSMEs. But the cost of that loan that you take from NBFCs can become even more than regularly what is available in the bank. Now, when SIDBI comes into the picture and directly lends to MSMEs, this escalation in cost by it underwriting through the banks, scheduled bank first and then the NBFCs, all that is cut down, so MSME can directly benefit with affordable credit. So that is also a further enhanced step. I'll highlight one more which will be of interest for the MSMEs. What is the total budget that we give for MSME sector? MSME sector in 2013-14 had a budget, meaning the outlay was 3,285 crores. In 13-14, that was where the MSME sector was in terms of budgetary support. Now I'm talking about 23-24, the running year, the current year. What have we given for MSMEs? 22,138 crores. Just in a matter of 9 years, this year is yet to complete. Just in a matter of 9 years, MSME gets what it got was 3,285 crore. Now we are giving 22,138 crores. So MSMEs, please use what is being extended to you. There is a great attention being given by Prime Minister Modi, who continuously says, MSME को क्या हो रही है? उनके लिए हम क्या कर रहे हैं और क्या कर सकते हैं? Because India's economy, as much as we are known for the software, IT service sector, from millennia, India's manufacturing capabilities lie with MSME. It is the MSME which is the backbone of India. And therefore, we have given this attention for MSMEs. So, without having to say more on what we have done, Udyam platform, in fact, this is the first time in India, Pradhan Mantri Lagu Vyapari Mandan Yojana has been introduced. Mandan Yojana is aiming at providing social security for small-scale traders and retailers. Particular sections, small retailers, have received this attention from any government, means it is only from Prime Minister Modi's government. We've given them a mandan, which is like someone, today you're in a stage of life when you're not able to earn anything out of being a retailer, you get some money to take care of yourself. So these are the various measures that I want to bring to your attention. Focus on the MSMEs, particularly in this area where you find a lot of small entrepreneurs. So there is this credit guarantee scheme, which is CGTMS scheme, which is also something with which many businesses survived. If your business fell into difficult times, you as a promoter of that business received money which you can put into your business and then raise more capital. Your business has become an NPA. You're not able to get more loans from the bank. The CGTMSE scheme, you as a promoter will get money through that scheme, which can go into your business, which is an NPA already, but there more money can come in. NPA or stressed already. More money can be then given by the bank. Then when your business starts running, you can then repay the CGTMSE scheme, which is also very supportive of small promoters who started business. In that we have put 9,000 crores so that small business promoters get this help. That's also collateral fee. Collateral fee, free of collateral fee. So I want to underline that point. Skill India and so on. Now can I speak about income tax related matters? Because it matters to most of us. And there's also that repeated voice, a legitimate voice, which says, oh no, but middle class didn't get anything out of Prime Minister Modi. So will you all sit up to say, oh, this MSME thing is not me. Income tax mein, middle class mein. Yes, now I'll tell you, sit up, listen to all that has been done for the middle class in terms of income tax. No section has been omitted in the 9 years. And in fact, we've gone into great small details also. So I want to take the example of the income tax announcement that we made in this budget. Under the new scheme, people earning up to 7 lakh rupees don't pay any income tax. I won't stop there. 7 lakhs you don't pay any income tax. But the grievance was, if I earn 7 lakh and 1 rupee, that 1 rupee you take as tax. Chartered accountants, tax consultants in this August gathering, am I saying something exaggerated? The moment that was announced, people said, no, take care, 7 lakhs you have given, all right. Till then they said, no, you have not given anything. The moment that was given, people said, no, it's okay, 7 lakhs. 7 lakh, 10 rupees if I earn, you take the 10 rupee away. So we sat as a team, went into the details. So at what stage will that additional 1 rupee that you earn will not get taxed? 7 lakh 27,000 crores, you don't pay any tax now. It is only at 27,000 that break even comes. So 7 lakh 27,000 you don't pay any tax. After that you'll start paying. Okay? That new scheme in which the 7 lakhs has been brought in, you have a standard deduction of 50,000 also. Middle class, please sit up. You hearing me? Yeah. Okay. Then, therefore, under the new scheme, the grievance was there's no standard deduction, so it's not attractive. That's given now. 7 lakh, it has been increased from 2.5 to 5 lakhs to now 7 lakhs. We didn't stop at 727. So middle class, please do react to the fact that we have brought in that simplicity in paying rate and also the compliance side. Simplification of income tax, several steps have been taken. I do not want to get into detail because I understand there are questions also which you would like to ask. Faceless assessment has actually now brought in a lot of relief to people. You may still have some grievance about it, I'm willing to hear, but because of faceless, that person-to-person discretion making leading to some kind of a wrongdoing, corrupt practices have all been removed. Then on the processing of the documents, 100% increase in total percentage of ITRs processed within 1 day of their filing. Within 1 day of your filing, 100% has been increased. We process it that very day. Refunds happen sooner rather than later. In 2019, the deduction for medical expenditure has been raised to 50,000 from 30,000 for senior citizens. I'd like to remind that as well. More than 1 lakh appeals were disposed of completely and under the faceless regime. Then, of course, you keep following the goods and services tax and the various steps that we have taken. One thing which I like to highlight is life-saving drugs, cancer medicines have all been now completely given the waiver under the IGST. I've named those medicines as well in the recent press meeting. Now, I'll come to the third point, which I said I'll talk about the chartered accountancy and the professionals there. Lots of technological changes have happened, because of which the profession is now going through better systems to implement. Manual assessment of data will become almost obsolete. With artificial intelligence, the structure of data mining, auditing, and accounting by machines will change significantly, and I'm sure you're seized of it. Then also, new avenues which are being brought in, like the carbon accounting, CSR accounting and auditing, are also going through a lot of importance and training. The ESG reporting which the chartered accountants will have to do, a very important aspect. Nowadays, everything goes through those filters. Is it ESG audited? Is the carbon accounting done? So as professionals, you're now going to have to do a lot more newer things within your profession. And the last 2 points which I'd like to highlight is considering the significance of ethics in the CA profession and the growing emphasis on information technology. Ethics and information technology are being integrated with all the core subjects at the final level of CA learning education. So the CA course itself is getting infused with these details. So the ICAI, I understand, has also brought in self-paced online courses. You can do it at your speed, that kind of a courses. With that, the profession will see brighter days, at least with every country, especially with Prime Minister's visit. We make sure we talk to them about mutual recognition of professional certificates which are issued in India. So chartered accountants with their chartered accountants, nurses with their nurses, so that if their mutual recognition exists, traveling between these countries, going and doing a contract in this country or doing a job in that country will become easier. So professional courses and their mutual recognition is taking high priority so that our professionals can easily move and do business elsewhere as well. So with this, I'll stop. Thank you very much.
Thank you, madam, for such an wonderful and excellent explanation on the 9 years successful excellence journey. Probably the 10th year should be a celebration. Every celebration should reach each and every beneficiaries where the central government has taken into. Probably that would be the success story of the 9 years of excellency program with all the intellectuals. On this occasion, I welcome Member of Legislative Assembly, Sri Yashpal Suvarnaji, for this program. A warm welcome on behalf of all. So we have more than 38 questions, but I'll be able to take only few as Madam is about to leave this after the program. So may I request Economy Cell Forum, Sri Divaka Shetty, to take the first question, please.
Madam, I am Divakar Shetty from Udupi District BJP. In the interest of lower income voters and small and tiny taxpayers, I am requesting you to do something in your next budget. So I am prepared one memorandum. Madam, our central government did developments. Yes, everybody knows this. International people are praising it. 33% of voters definitely going to vote for BJP in next 10 years, definitely, no doubts. and 33 other peoples are not, some other reasons they are not coming with BJP. 20% voters still in India, they don't need developments. They don't think about developments. Don't need airports, highways. They don't think about it. Only they are thinking about tomorrow's their living. So in the interest, so we need to come in the 2024 election also. Otherwise, if we lose power there, we will lose our country, definitely. So in the interest of that point, I have prepared as an economic cell of the district BJP, I have prepared 1 to 3 points. Madam, in the matter of petrol, diesel and LPG, I request, please bring in this petroleum product in GST net. It is possible to minimize the rate. If it is not possible, please minimize the excise duty of for some extent. Definitely it will minimize the rate. That's what I am prepared. Second point, see, definitely it will effect on our development activities. It will bring down the excise duty. But if we not do this, you cannot attract 20% voters. They are thinking for only their livelihood. We will lose power. Definitely we cannot do that. Okay. Third point, in the income tax, what you have said, you brought it to 7 lakhs limit. Next year budget, please bring it to 8 lakhs. Because one news will come. In the central government given something to the lower class peoples. Next, third point, in income tax filing portal. Now, at present, central government sending message that July 31st is the last date, go and file your returns. That full rush on the site. Yesterday's site is not working. So I request, make different dates. For salary people, make it June. Small people, July. Like that, different dates. Earlier it is there actually. That is one point. Third point, GST. Now at present, for the GST on labor supply on house, individual house construction, there is a zero rated, nil rated. I request, including material supply to the individual house, other than the flats, give them nil rated, it will affect. News is coming, definitely it is benefit to the small house construction. Definitely it is benefit us. Next, fourth point.
Sir, make to the question, sir. Exactly to the point, please.
Okay.
The time constraint
no,
is there.
it is requested. It is economic cell on the
Because the letter what you are sending, she will be reading. Madam will be reading.
Definitely.
Please.
Yeah, we will give. That like that. Okay, like this 6 points in the interest of. Madam, see, tomorrow, Bangalore, there are 24 parties are gathering. Not in the interest of economy.
So please
They
submit
reach
the memorandum, please.
the
Thank you.
20% votes.
Next is All
Please.
India Retired LIC Association representation, which will submit a memorandum, please. Sir, please submit the memorandum now. Submit ಮಾಡಿ. So next question will be from Chamber of Commerce Udupi. President will take over.
This memorandum with regard to family pension and updation of pension, madam. This is from LIC Employees, Retired Employees Association.
Chamber of Commerce. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬನ್ನಿ. Yes.
Good afternoon. I am Devi Prasad Shiri, President, Udupi Chamber of Commerce and Industries. I congratulate the Government of India for supporting the MSME and contribute within the lodge. You are aware that the MSE contribution to the nation. I have a small regular complaint regarding the volatility in the rupee against the dollar. The last 1 week you must be observing that. And there is a request from all the MSC members who imports, majorly Udupi imports the cashews, and those who are affecting very badly. Second thing is about the bank finance to the new entrepreneurs. CGTMS scheme, they are asking about the CIBIL rating. Those who are taking the education loan, that CIBIL has been affected, both the parent as with the new entrepreneurs. Kindly look into the matter regarding the same, madam.
Thank you.
Representation from Akhila Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad. ABUP. Dr. TMFI Management Institution, be ready, please.
Namaste, ma'am. Firstly, I want to say we all are feeling proud of the recent rebuttal you made against the statement of former US President Barack Obama. Secondly, I also want to thank you for the highest ever allocation given for the educational sector in the recent budget. My question is, in the same budget, the Department of Space has given 8% less allocation of budget when compared to the previous budget. At the same time, the volume of the budget has increased by 8%, nearly 8%. Like, we are ambitious of becoming Vishwaguru in the future, and we are giving less allocation for the space. What sort of message we are giving to the world, or like how we are working on that space matter, ma'am? Yes, ma'am.
I don't think it is less allocation. There are times when allocation at the BE stage is made for the proposed bids. Whatever the department asks, we give them. But in the course of the year, if there are more things that they take up, we keep adding it with every supplementary budget as well. It is not to say that this is all is there for you, end of the story. Sometimes departments like space and science, where some projects are time-consuming projects, they are spread over 1, 2, 3 years. And if in that particular project, every allocation has been completed by the last year, that won't continue this year. And that will mean that, oh, that project is over, this new project is not up yet, and therefore to that extent the number might be lesser. So they are not like, put it all into a bucket, each year the bucket size goes up. It doesn't work that way. For the projects that is running now, we keep funding. If a project is over, we wait for the next one to come. So looking at just that blank number and thinking, oh my God, Vishwaguru, how? Please do. My request to young minds like you all is, it's good that you're observing like this. I appreciate that. But see what is behind it. And that will help you to know that we are not letting down the cause of the Vishwaguru. We are working together with you all on that.
Dr. TMFI Institute of Management, Mahe.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Shashank Navandar, second year MBA student from TMFI Institute of Management, Manipal. My question is, what is the government's strategy to sustain and improve the progress made in addressing India's twin balance sheet problem? And how will these improvements contribute to the country's economic growth and stability in the long term?
Please don't get upset. Repeat your question. I understand where you're coming from, but I want you to repeat your question because I want to do something with it.
So my question is, what is the government's strategy to sustain and improve the progress made in addressing India's twin balance sheet problem? And how will these improvements contribute to the country's economic growth and stability in the long term?
So sustain and also increase the momentum of how we handle the twin balance sheet problem. That problem no longer exists. Sustaining the problem is not my problem at all. I need to have stimulus given more and more for having come out of it and have the banks now stand as profitable as they are today, even in the future. Because the banks have come out of it, the asset qualities have improved. They are now very clearly looking forward towards expanding on core banking activity. That is why many of the stressed assets or NPAs which have been lying with them have been removed from the bank's balance sheet. It has been given off to the NARCL, National Asset Reconstruction Company, who will reconstruct it and then sell it and give the banks what they have to pay. So addressing the distress is over. Now the banks are completely out of it. Now the expression which the Reserve Bank has used about this twin balance sheet issue is that India is in a twin balance sheet advantageous position. Your bank balance sheet and the corporate balance sheet are both in an advantage, and we need to keep that momentum sustained.
Next question from Power, Platform for Women Entrepreneurs, registered. And also representing Tourism Department.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Poonam Shetty, past immediate Power President and MD of Dream Holidays Manipal, which is based in Manipal. So I'm happy to say that also, like recently we had Power Parba, a trade show for women entrepreneurs. So we had done this MSME procurement scheme over here, and most of the vendors have got their reimbursement. Thank you for that.
Very good to hear. Thank you.
Yeah. My question here is regards to travel. So what is your stance on this 20% increase on TCS tax?
When you say that, ma'am, again I pick on words. This is what, not on individual, not on business travel, ma'am.
I agree.
Will you please say it in such a way?
Yeah,
because you're in that sector. People will trust your word.
Yeah.
Have I taxed the individual traveler? No. Have I taxed the business traveler? No. Who have I placed this TCS on? And TCS is not a new additional tax.
No, it's an increase.
If they are taxpayers and this TCS has been deducted, they can go and reconcile their tax to that extent. If they don't pay any tax at all, this TCS holds. If they pay tax much higher than this, they will reconcile it, meaning adjust this amount and pay less to that extent.
My thing is, sorry,
yes, ma'am. So
My
I want
thing
you to
is
first
over
start
here.
with saying, who have I brought under this TCS? Not the individual traveler, not the education traveler, not the health traveler, not the business traveler. So who? The bulk group travel which goes on a Videshi trip, and that too Videshi traveler. Not those who are going on bulk trip to Kashi or to Jammu Kashmir or to Barmer or to Gulmarg. No, none of them. It's only the group which goes abroad.
No, the group, yeah, which goes abroad, like middle class family, I say. So they have the concern, to pay the taxation more because they have a dream, to travel internationally. So, that I think you should consider on that,
We are not against the dreams. If they are going as individuals, we have no problem. If
Thank
they're
you,
going
thank
as
you,
a
Poonam.
bulk,
Thank you, madam.
And,
I would like to-
ma'am, promote domestic tourism, ma'am.
we are doing that, ma'am.
Please, let them all go first within India.
I would like
Peace
to give
Foundation,
a
Udupi,
memorandum
kindly.
from her.
Peace Foundation, Udupi. Next, Karnataka State Federation of Petroleum Dealers, Bengaluru. The Peace Foundation, Udupi. They have a memorandum. Thank you. Karnataka State Federation of Petroleum Dealers, Bengaluru. They have a memorandum, please.
You can give the memorandum there. I'll collect it. But if you have a question, you ask me.
Yeah, this issue is regarding TDS and TCS, ma'am. We represent public sector oil company dealers, and about 10 crores, we come under the TDS platform, whereas under 10 crores, we come under TCS. Our problem is, ma'am, we don't have problem deducting the TDS and making the payment. But oil marketing companies don't allow us to deduct the payment, TDS. So they want us to make the full payment, then pay the TDS every quarter and then claim it back. So our capital gets blocked. So our request to you, ma'am, is to put us in TCS mode so that whatever TCS you charge, it goes into our advance taxes, and it's easy to reconcile actually. Because 50,000 dealers paying TDS and reconciliation to the company is also difficult. Whereas TCS, because what?
Would that be difficult because you are dealing with them, you don't want to talk to them. It's easy to tell the finance minister saying change the model, don't know, do any TDS, come to me, TCS. Talk to them, they are the ones who are giving business and you're taking business, you're paying them.
But,
So they should deal with it.
But finance department.
Finance department has no business in this.
No, in the company.
It's your arrangement with the oil market companies. Why am I coming into it?
But it is easy.
So it's easy.
Yes.
I want to tell everyone here, it's easy for businesses, and it should be easy. I readily concede. It's easy for businesses to talk to ministers under Prime Minister Modi to say, do this, do that, don't do this, not this. We are happy to hear that. But they can't talk to the fellows with whom they are doing business. So this country has come to a situation where government is receptive. But the blame for not having a system which is easy to operate falls on the government. अरे हम तो ready भाई, सुन रहे हैं आपका, करने के लिए भी तैयार है, but they don't want to approach their oil marketing companies.
We've done that, ma'am, but we couldn't.
Thank you. You can submit the memorandum, please. From CA Association, Kiran Kumar Udupi. Hand over the mic, please.
Good evening, madam. My name is Kiran Kumar, practicing chartered accountant. For last 9 years, your minister has given a tremendous work to the CA. Thank you for that. But a certain point I have to...
Sir, be to the crisp to the question because it's the last question, because madam is getting time for the
Madam,
flight.
2017, when GST was introduced, at that time say that everybody, it's a good and simple tax. But is it a good and simple tax? And second one is seamless credit. But nowhere it is seamless credit, madam. Lot of confusion, lot of doubts and all in the... Still, we are not able to understand what is the act. So many notices are issuing by the department. Even department people also not understand what it is. So lot of litigation related to the act or tariff or whatever. When we can expect, sir, madam, this is good and simple tax that common man understand. Second thing is, madam, that PAN and Aadhaar linkage. Madam, for fresh new PAN, charge is 110 rupees. But those people who are very poor, Jan account holder and all this, they are not linked because they are not going to file any income tax return. They are charging, you are charging, madam, 1,000 rupees. What is the logic behind that? I don't know. Second thing, third one is direct as, madam, all this highway passing on this in front of this Udupi and Hebri, lot of people give up their land. That in that land acquisition officer deducted 10% TDS. Unfortunately, single rupee is not deposited his account. VAT TDS deducted, 10% deducted, but it is not deposited. It is a state government officer. National Highway acquired the land. Where to address? That is special officer, land acquisition officer was deducted 10%. He has not deposited. It is not, already time is over. Some people still, 2-3 years is over, still they are not get. Where to address this issue? Because very difficult to do.
No, I get your point on the third issue that you raised.
Yeah.
Please, whoever are concerned, meaning people who are affected under this, if they write a letter to me, let me see how to have this.
That is a state government, madam.
I
Unfortunately.
Baba, if it's state government and you're telling me, I should respond now. I'm responding, yeah. I'm responding saying, yes, it's a state government problem. You yourself are recognizing. If they formally write to me, I'll see how best TDS, which had to be deposited to the CBDT, meaning to the Consolidated Fund of India, has not been done. It may be some state government officer. I'll find out what is the problem, how to handle it, and let us help the people who, on whose behalf you're talking. That's your second, that's the third point that you raised. Your first point, you're a chartered accountant. Pardon me for saying. I'm glad you're telling me there's a lot more simplification which has to be done in the GST. Give me all the suggestions you want to give me. I'll try to improve it. Nobody wants a complicated tax.
Because what, madam, MSME entrepreneur, they are in such a situation that nobody knows after 3 years what type of demand they are receiving.
That's
Such
all
kind of
right.
situation, that entrepreneur is a MSME entrepreneur.
I understand that, and I'm appreciative of the fact that you're bringing it to my notice, and I'm repeatedly telling you that if these points of simplification are necessary to be done there, I'll take it to the GST Council and tell them, please, on this matter, these people are suffering. The ministers who are all sitting there are also trying. Now, you from here as a chartered accountant are giving us an idea, I'll tell them. These are the ways in which this has got to be further simplified. We'll try to do it. And the idea is, it has to be simplified, further simplified. Technology is being used.
A lot of restriction in input credit, madam. There is a blocked credit is
you're
there.
having a conversation with me on GST.
Yeah.
I want you to send me in writing as to which one. Now, let's not assume. I want this audience to understand. There is no attempt to make it harsher on anybody, but equally. You don't expect me to sit and watch people gaming the system? You don't. Our respected chartered accountant said, on input tax credit, madam. Yes, sir. On input tax credit, you have something to tell me? I'll take it. But refunds on input tax, running to thousands of crores, have been obtained from shell companies. From companies sitting in one room, not even a table and chair. And this we have started tightening by using technology, by using artificial intelligence. If payment is not done in one place, use artificial intelligence, you get a cobweb-like structure from here, from there, net like it goes from here, it goes from there. No commodity movement, paper movement. And refund has been obtained for no buying and selling. Artificial intelligence gives us the data today. You can't accuse the GST officers who are going to investigate something. Like earlier, they used to say you're on a fishing trip. And that's how you're just going and seeing if you'll have a luck. No, today, if this paper is in front of me and I don't act, I can be questioned. It's all apparent before you. You don't want to have any action taken. We go into one place, it leads us to so many different places, and I'm telling you with confidence, we've not had one failure till now. The quantum of money, it's a different story. You may later ask me, TK, you found this much of evasion, this much of false claim for refund. How much did you get back? On that, I don't know my luck. I'll have to go through the courts, I'll see. But many of them are bogus ghost entities. Money has been taken away. Ghost entities. And I appeal to the Honorable Chartered Accountant to help government to trace such people.
In our
Help
area,
us.
there is no this one, madam.
Maybe. That's it.
Thank
We
you,
are
thank you,
very
sir.
honest taxpayer.
I appeal to you.
So there's
to
one
please
submission
help us.
by Mahila Samaj and last question by NRA Forum. Last question, please. Rotary. Please. NRI Forum, last question.
Namaste, madam. I want to request you, NRI Forum from Karnataka government are not doing any of for the NRIs. I worked in Saudi Arabia for 14 years, madam, and I'm pleasure to meet you today. I'm blessed, and a lot of ministers doing a lot of work. I met sir and Yashpal Suvarna sir and Suresh Gurme sir also, and there's a lot of requests, madam, and not responding. And last time from Karnataka, Miss Arati has come to Saudi Arabia. And personally, I wanted to discuss with you, madam, there is a lot of issues from the Karnataka, whoever they, behalf of them, I'm talking to behalf of them. And I'm not invited today. It's a blessed to be honored to you come here. And 2 minutes, I want Miss Sushma Suraj, and she is lost. And she worked a tremendous work. And 2 minutes, everybody can stand and tribute her, whatever work she's done. Thank you so much, madam. Thank you.
Thank you. Rotary International. Last question from the Rotary International. And memorandum can submit. Please submit the memorandum. No, here, they'll submit.
Good afternoon, ma'am. We are very proud to have you here, and we are really overwhelmed by seeing the global achievement that India has done in your tenure. You know, Rotary and the governance work hand in hand in many situations because our motto is the same. And coming to the education sector, you know, government is giving a lot of scholarship, especially when you go to AIMS, colleges like AIMS. Like in any private institution, if a student has to do medical, 25 lakhs per year is the minimum thing. And in AIMS, our students are studying at around 5,000, 6,000 rupees a year as a fee, which is a huge amount the government is paying. But then 90% of these students are flying abroad. And we are not getting any of their expertise for our country, their service for our country. What is your view on this, ma'am?
Thank you.
Country is investing so much on them and they are flying abroad. Thank you, ma'am.
Representation? Just one photo. No, finished? No. And the last question will be on tour and tourism by Youth India, Mr. Anil Chatra.
Good afternoon, madam. It is my pleasure to talk with you. First of all, this is the 9th year of good governance. So I talk about this one. I want another 5 years term for the same government. So if it is required, Modi has came to last assembly election, huge rally, people gathered, but result no votes. But in central next election, this should not be happen, sir, madam. What are the drawbacks, this Bhagyas or anything? That think about that one. Thank you, madam.
Thank you one and all for his wonderful participation. On behalf of the organizer, we thank Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman for being here and celebrating the 9 years of excellency from the intellectual meet. I request you all to give a standing oration to Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman. A big round of applause. I also thank Kulyadi Suresh Naik, BJP President, for participating in this program. I also thank Sri Uday Kumar Shetty. And I also thank one and all who are present here on the days. Thank you very much for being a part of this intellectual meet. Thank you. May I request silence, please? There is a press meet going on. May I request your silence, please?
चंद्रयान 3 लॉन्च हो रहे हैं ना उसके बारे में.
I'm grateful that the media today here present for this intellectual meet has taken particular interest on the Chandrayaan 3 today that is getting launched. I'm indeed grateful that the media in particular has focused on this issue. India is making remarkable achievements in the space domain. Today, in another few hours, we are having the launch of Chandrayaan 3. On behalf of all the people assembled here today for this meeting, I wish this endeavor a great success. India is pioneers in space area. the various missions that have successfully been completed has brought pride to India. And I'm sure all the good wishes of the people of India are with ISRO today, so that this launch also adds one more feather in the ISRO's cap. So thank you very much. I wish them all the very best. I'm gently being reminded by the media that the pioneering scientist U.R. Rao is from Udupi. Yes, many such contribution has happened from this area, Udupi, and the entire coastal Karnataka. I'm indeed very thankful that you reminded the contribution of such great stalwarts in building ISRO is remarkable, and all of us today wish them all the very best. Thank you.
ಚೆಕ್ ಜಾರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು.